Hi and welcome to the final section of our incredible 8-day Scotland's Roof expedition. Episode 8, we continue from Sheigra to our expedition's final destination at Scourie via the beautiful Handa Island. As usual, a few highlights from this video. Our daily route progress west along Scotland's Roof to Sheigra. Today's plan: head south for lunch at Tarbert, then west travelling clockwise around Handa to finish at Scourie. Paddling south, we'd head through the Black Skerries to Rubha Ruadh point, head south for lunch at Tarbert, then west travelling anticlockwise around Handa to finish at Scourie. Another cool, grey, damp morning, so a hot breakfast was the order of the day. Will, our expedition's highly organised trip planner, assembled the team for his thoughts on our final day's route. Our gear dismantled and packed for the last time, and the campsite checked before loading the boats. All quiet at this stage, paddling south out of the sheltered bay. However, conditions changed quite dramatically off the unhindered point west of these islands. The swell and conditions had increased from those we'd experienced yesterday afternoon, appearing more dramatic with a dark grey sky. Once off the point, we headed south across open sea towards the Black Skerries, almost 3 miles distant.
Where are we? Eileanan was back there. These are the Black Skerries, aren't they? That's I was going to go right through that. It's up to you. Okay. Well, I'll do it. This was the one, you do that.
Derek and I were determined to check out the many gullies and features, sampling the active conditions along the way. Black Skerries checked out, we headed south once more towards Rubha Ruadh, or Red Peninsula. we checked out the shallow sea cave Will and I had spotted on our first day. Also checking out the many gullies and reefs along this rugged, broken west coast towards Tarbert. Glimpses west now of Handa's skyline of distinctive northern cliffs.
Yeah, Will's gonna go with Derek and have a look around Handa.
With everyone keen to fully explore and appreciate Handa's beautiful coastline, we decided we'd all take our lunch break in Tarbert before heading across.
Where's the ferret? Got you.
I'd lost sight of Derek again as he disappeared into some gully or other.
Yeah, but he wanted to do it in 3 days or something. And that's starting off at Eastdale.
Tarbert is a peaceful tiny harbour with a regular summer ferry service to visit Handa's Wildlife Reserve, having a population of around 100,000 seabirds. A satisfying break in a lovely tranquil setting, allowing reflection on thoughts of the superb scenery and sea conditions we'd encountered along the way. Once on the water, I checked out the curious array of nets and pots stacked on a floating pontoon, with some designs I'd not seen before. Immediately west, around and through the Skerries in the Sound to arrive on Handa's northeast side. We then make our way anticlockwise to explore close in around the beautiful coastline with its many features and incredible array of seabird species. The ledges along the cliffs were packed with nesting seabirds. Sea conditions changed as we neared the western side, being subject to the increased and unhindered swell. It's to be noted at this point that the seabed around Handa's west side consists of huge extensive slab reefs of differing heights, producing random breaking waves with any sort of swell. Rounding Great Stack's west side, I was searching for the small tunnel entrance I'd passed through with Will on our first day. There's also a smaller, tighter tunnel leading out into the next section around the corner. Sadly, low tide prevented access. The boys had spotted and followed me through the tunnel.
Brilliant.
Once into the back of Great Stack, you enter a great amphitheatre of pinnacles and cliffs packed with seabirds, with their noise rising like someone had just racked the volume to maximum. Great Stack certainly lives up to its name. As I mentioned earlier, and the effects of the submerged slabs become visible, stacking and rebounding, breaking waves off the west side. Noticeably quieter here, with deeper water at this point. An amazing playground in the active conditions off Handa's west side, but great care is required as rebounding waves over the slabs are very unpredictable.
That's a lovely training area. Should have your plastic boat, Steve. Woo, yeah. Cliffs and South Stack, right up against the cliff. Yeah. And you sit on top and you go, woo. Yeah.
The smaller tunnel I mentioned earlier is just off camera to the left.
Fantastic. We're going through, going around. Here's a good one, Steve. Yeah. Just a big slab. No, no.
Now this looked amazing fun. Let's have a shower.
Woohoo! Oh, that's spread the camera.
I raced over to this section where a huge area of flat slabs, lower tide and increased swell were producing big erratic rebounded waves everywhere. My instinct wasn't wrong, this was a dodgy area.
Steve's alright! Behind you!
Steve's instinct, speed and skill produced a fast roll and quick exit from the area, sadly losing his hat though.
Looks a bit shallow.
Yeah. Yep.
We continued our journey south, quieter now, passing through the gullies.
Hello, bunny lad.
Another proud Razorbill looking quite distinctive in his white waistcoat. It's little wonder the island has become a protected wildlife reserve, as thousands of seabirds make the ledges their summer home. Turning to a more protected south coast now, the sea conditions dropped off dramatically. However, the coastal features were still as beautiful. Leaving Handa's southern tip, we headed southwest and a straight route home to our final landing spot, back at Scourie Bay. Quieter now, and with time to reflect on an absolutely magnificent 8 days of solid wall-to-wall stunning kayaking, and one of my most memorable multi-day expeditions. Our small, close-knit group had all been fantastic. Will's impeccable planning had been superb, each day having a magical mix of incredible features, breathtaking scenery with great sea conditions and settled weather allowing us to explore close inshore. Some of the group decided on a roll to complete the trip. I had intended to, but the camera acted up and I forgot, only realising after landing.
Bloody camera's working now.
Today's final GPS trace overlaid on OS map views and relive track video, followed by a final thank you and mention of each member of our intrepid team. A special thank you to each member of our team, as producing this series of videos has given me immense pleasure, repeatedly reliving every special moment of our incredible 8 days. Thanks everyone, what a fabulous 8 days this has been, and here's to the next one. Yay! Joan Lamb, a retired doctor from Dundee, an advanced water sea kayak coach and member of Tayside Sea Kayak Club. Steve Miles, a renowned sea kayaking coach, owner and guide of North Wales Sea Kayaking, Anglesey. Paddling nearly all his life, his courses speak for themselves. A great guy and fun to be with. Sinclair Malloy, from West Kilbride, sea kayaker for around 20 years, mostly with Castle Craig's Canoe Club, North Ayrshire. Derek McKindle, recently retired, also from West Kilbride and Castle Craig's Club, strong solo paddler. I call Derek the Ferret or Puppy, as he scurries around every rock and gully. Will Tapsfield, also a retired doctor and great trip planner, paddled around 16 years. He's my kayak buddy, enjoying remote multi-day expeditions. He's from Whitley Bay, here in the northeast. And myself, the old sea dog, retired and with over 52 years sea kayaking experiences. At 74 I'm still exploring new remote areas during multi-day trips. I love advanced water sea kayaking, and it's great to have 2 retired doctors along to look after all my acquired metalwork. Click on the thumbnails for recommended content, like, subscribe and share with friends. And thanks for journeying along with me on my adventures.